This is the Bardis here. I got another tutorial for you guys. This tutorial is about cleaning your T-outliner or T-blade or razor. Alright, first thing you want to start off doing is unscrewing the different parts of your razor. So as you see here, I have a razor. You want to take out this screw and this screw. I already have them loose, and you want to take out these screws to the back. Don't be scared. What you want to do is, of course, you want to take out the screws. Now, my screws are already loose, so I'm going to take out my screws. And you always put your screws somewhere where they can't get lost, because these Andis screws or screws in general, they're hard to find this small, and they can fit into the assigned holes. Now, once you have taken out the screws, you're going to see that you have a bunch of hair inside of the case. So what we need now, we need a toothbrush, and the toothbrush is mainly the most important part of this whole cleaning process. What you want to do now is take out these screws, the power cord screws. This is for the switch, and you take these out so that you can, access this better. Now, all you want to do now is basically brush out the inside of your machine. What you could also buy those air sprays, and you could use it in this. Now you have your clipper. Your clipper has a whole load of hair inside of it, and what I would advise for you to do is take out these two screws that were hooked up to the power cord and place them right over here. What I would advise for you to do is get the spray, the air spray, so that you can get out all of the hair out of the different crevices and whatnot, because the hair usually clogs up the system and it's harder for your machine to work when there's hair on it. Now, you don't want to unscrew anything here, because the parts are very delicate and it's very hard to put them back into place. So the air gun will be the best thing, an air gun. Now, what you want to do when you tighten these back, you want to tighten them so that you want to tighten them enough, and make sure the cords are inside. Make sure both cords are inside, and you tighten it enough that you hear that clicking sound. If you don't hear that clicking sound, there's a problem and that you should check out. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that you can put on your blades before you put on this contraption here. Now, for this blade here, you can easily manipulate this. You can see that they have two screws and a little plastic attachment that the blade slides along here. Now, because they have two screws here, it's easy to adjust the sharpen level of the blade. So therefore, these two screws you want to screw out. You can screw out and you can clean them. Now you take your old handy dandy toothbrush and you clean it. Put some oil and you clean it. Some more oil and you clean it. Now once you have this on, You want to take the clean blade that you just cleaned and place it on. And now you can adjust it. Adjust it however you want it. If you want it low, if you want it high. This video is in demand, so I'm doing it. Just tighten them there. And the sharpened. And your blade is sharpened. Is more sharpened than before. Make sure to put oil on it. Put on the oil. And you can put on your blade. Okay. Can't find the hole. Just drop some screws. My bad. Yeah, this always happens to me. Now that your screws are in and everything is nice, now that your screws are in and everything is good, make sure they're nice and tight, not too tight. You plug it in and test it out. There you go. Now, right now, you could probably test this out. You could test it out on anybody right now, on yourself, see how sharp it is. Might want to test it out, like here, to see if it's cutting. If it's not cutting, you gotta do some adjustments. Looks like we're gonna have to do some adjustments. This is a little problem you might run into. I was just testing out the blade and it wasn't working. So therefore, there's two things that could be wrong. No, actually there's only one thing that could be wrong. This is too close. The first blade could be a little bit over the second blade. So therefore I just have to push it down a little bit. Brought it down a little bit and I'm testing it out. Making sure there's no bumps in it. If there are, it'd be good to use also a little sandpaper. Could also sharpen your blade. Just rub the blade on a fine sandpaper, and it should sharpen the blade. By theory, dumbness is going to happen to you during this process, just because these tools are so agile and whatnot. But you just keep at it and test it out again. See how that goes. Wow, it's cutting. It's actually cutting. So now note, it was my mistake. I put the blade a little too high. The blade was fine where it was, and the sharpening level didn't have to go anywhere. The most you can do is you get some sandpaper and rub your blade on it, or you could get a sharpener rock and rub your blade on it to sharpen it out, get those little bumps out of it. Alright, now what you want to do when you're done, you just stick these inside here. Always make sure that this black tape is around that cord right there. And you put these onto each other, and kablam, you're done. All you gotta do now is put these two screws in. Great. All you gotta do is put these two screws in and you're done. Thanks for tuning into my tutorial. Bye, see you later.